All right, so let's talk about the interquartile range. This is going to be something very new to you. However, it is extremely easy. So show of thumbs, whether yes, thumbs up, yes, I know how to do this, thumbs down, no, I don't. How many of you don't put your thumbs down, you have no idea what I'm about to ask you. All right, thumbs up if you can subtract two numbers. Perfect. Okay, put your hands down. Thumbs up or thumbs down if you can identify the greatest number. Okay. Thumbs up or thumbs down if you can identify the least number. Awesome. So all of you in here are going to be able to do interquartile range easy peasy. So another measure of variation is called the interquartile range. So we already know what range is. We talked about range last week or earlier this week, and range is when we take the set of data, we subtract the smallest one from the largest one, correct? And that gives us our range of our data. Our interquartile range is kind of similar to that, but we're going to look at just the quartiles. And the last lesson we talked about what quartiles were, and that was finding the median and then your lower half and your upper half. All right, so interquartile range is the difference, and difference means what? To subtract, very good. So the difference between the third quartile, I'm going to circle that because that's pretty important there, and the first quartile is called the interquartile range. All right, interquartile range. The interquartile range can sometimes be abbreviated, and it's most often abbreviated because it's a long word. So you'll see it as IQ R, interquartile range. All right, well, this isn't so bad. Sounded really bad. Sounded like it was going to be like this really long interquartile. It sounds sophisticated. The interquartile represents the range of the middle half of the data. So I'm going to kind of underline that. Middle half. So the IQR is not the same as the range. Range is using all the data. IQR only uses the middle half of the data. All right, so let's go ahead and look at this example that I have here. I have identified quartile 1, quartile 2, and quartile 3 of the data set below. Find the interquartile range. The very first step that I need to do is make sure that they are in what?
Order.
In order, least to greatest, correct? Are these numbers in order?
Yes.
Okay, so great. That's one less step that I need to do. Now, let's find what quartile 1 is going to be. Quartile 1. Quartile 2, we're going to have to find out all these. Quartile 3. And if we remember from our last one, which quartile is the middle? Go ahead. Very good. Quartile 2 is my middle of the whole data. So I'm going to find my middle of my whole data. Bloop, bloop, bloop. What is my middle?
9.
9. All right, so that's quartile 2. So far, so good?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So here's my middle. Now for my quartile 1, which is which half? Samantha?
8, 9, 9.
My lower half is quartile 1. So when I look at that, I'm going to go bloop. What is my quartile 1? 9. Is it okay that quartile 1 and quartile 2 are the same?
Yes.
Absolutely. Now let's look at quartile 3. I have 10, 11, and 12, which is going to be what? 12. So have I identified quartile 1, quartile 2, and quartile 3? All right, now let's figure out my interquartile range. IQR is quartile 3 minus quartile 1 gives me my IQR. So what was quartile 3? 12. What was quartile 1?
9.
So what is 12 minus 9?
2.
2, 13, what?
3.
3. So my IQR for this set of data is 3. Everybody see that?
Yes.
Awesome. So finish that, and then we're going to glue it into our journal. We're going to do some more practice in just a minute.